Hello, my name is Molly Elkman, and I am so excited to chat with you today about the She Built Ambassador Program. So, the She Built Foundation is inspiring the next generation of builders. So, we engage girls in their communities around the magic of building and unlock a universe of skills and careers. And we have a lot of fun doing it. So, our ambassador program is what you're here to learn about, where we activate role models from across the country and with the intent of scaling the She Built Foundation message and engaging children and communities. So, I want to tell you a little bit about how this all started. So, it all started in 2019 when a group of women came together from around the country to build a one-of-a-kind home. And they wanted to show that women and women-owned businesses can do every single job that goes into building a home. And I felt very fortunate to be a part of this project. I own a marketing business, and my job was to create the marketing materials that would help them secure funding and labor and also help them tell their story throughout the build. So we named it The House That She Built. And it was really well received. People loved following along this project, learning about the women who had such different backgrounds, such different skills. And it really was just inspiring and empowering. The women were unbelievably incredible. And I felt so inspired that I actually decided to turn it into a children's story. I had always wanted to write a children's book, and this felt like the perfect opportunity to do that and to share this story with children everywhere. So The House That She Built was published by the National Association of Home Builders and really took off. I mean, it was unbelievable. It became their fastest selling title right away. We had so much industry support. Great companies got behind it, like Anderson, 84 Lumber, Zillow, Weyerhaeuser, Odie. And then our biggest partner, MyTech, really pushed me to take it to the next level. And they supported creating a foundation that could do more with the book and the resources that we had started to create. So why is it important that it's a foundation? So the reason it's important to have this as a foundation is because this work is really important. So we're future-proofing the building and construction industry. We have a major labor shortage in our industry, and it's estimated that 41% of the current workforce is going to retire in the next 10 years. So this is really an important time to make sure that we have long-term solutions to that labor shortage. And it is difficult to continue to recruit from high school and college if you don't change the mindset and conversations around the skilled trades, starting with the earliest learners, which is early elementary. So our vision for the future is to invest in the next generation so that the workforce is really reflective of the communities that we serve. And by, really getting not just children, but the adults in their lives involved in learning about all the skills and careers that go into building. So everything that we do focuses on three key areas: representation, education and skills, and community. And that is the foundation of our ambassador program, which is really focused on community. So we are looking in our ambassadors to find role models who can go out there and represent how awesome these jobs are by engaging children and their local community or hosting fundraisers. There are a lot of different ways to get involved, and they can be personal and meaningful to each individual. So there are 3 steps to becoming an ambassador. First, you watch this video, which you're doing right now. So that's amazing. Second, you fill out an onboarding form. There's a link on the website. And then the third is you get out there. So through our ambassador resources, we have everything you need to be a successful ambassador, from the scripts of what you would say, to activities, to how to host a fundraiser, to examples of events that other ambassadors have done. You also have access to a network of ambassadors around the country that you can partner with. It's really become this network of people who want to get out there and impact the industry in a positive and meaningful way. So let's jump over to the Ambassador Resource Drive so I can show you a little bit of what those resources are so that you can get started with confidence, knowing that you have everything you need. Okay, so now we're going to look at the ambassador resources that we have available to you. It's important that you use the resources because we've spent a lot of time creating them, and it'll make everything easier for you. We want to make it as easy as possible for you to do an event, do a fundraiser, engage in your local community. So the very first thing you see is the ambassador resource table of contents. Within that, we have our program admin resources, we have our event resources, and then we have brand and content resources. So the program admin resources is really your go-to folder as an ambassador. It has our ambassador toolkit, which I'll show you in a second, our ambassador program overview, important links to ambassador materials, community groups, and social media platforms, and then ambassador contact information. So let's go ahead and start in the program admin resources, and we can look at those documents together. So first, and everything is numbered so that you can look at things in order. So the first, we'll look at the table of contents. Again, each folder has a table of contents to keep it really easy for everyone. So within this folder, again, you have the list of everything that's in here, and then you also have the link to each of these items. So I'm going to go through, and I'm actually going to go back here and open the Ambassador Toolkit. So this is something that I'm really excited about. I'm a very visual person, so to have this toolkit that really explains the program for me is really helpful. It's also helpful because any company or organization can start an ambassador group, and it's nice to have all of these materials in one place. So the Ambassador Toolkit, again, a table of contents with what is in here, a little letter from me just about the foundation and the ambassador program, what the benefits are of being an ambassador, as well as the expectations, and then how you share your work. So it's really important that we can catalog everything that all of our ambassadors are doing. So it's right here. There's a link exactly where you share what you're doing. It's really all here to make it super easy for you. So we also lay out some key talking points, background on the She Built Foundation, our mission, our vision, our role in the industry. We don't want you to feel like you ever don't have the information you need. Again, representation, education, and skills, community, what we do. We want to make sure that you have access to all of that information. How to become an ambassador. This is the link to our onboarding form, additional resources, and then event guidelines, why we do events, what is our goal for the events, tips for planning those events. It's all right here in our Ambassador Toolkit. The second item is our ambassador program overview, and most of this is part of what I went through with you all already, but you have access to that actual deck and can visit it at any time. The next is important links. This is to make it super easy, links to our Google Drive, our Zeffy donation page where if you do a fundraiser, you can, easily send people there. Our events log, which is where you can record the events that you do. Our Facebook page for ambassadors to share and talk about what they're doing. And then links to our different social media platforms to make it super easy for you and all in one place. And then we have an ambassador contact info sheet. This is so that ambassadors are able to talk to each other, reach out to each other. You can see what ambassadors, companies, where they work. You can just have access to connecting with this larger network of ambassadors. So that's our program admin resources. Now I want to talk about our event resources, which I love. Again, I'm super visual, so this is something I love to look at. Again, we have our table of contents. I'm going to pull that up just to make it nice and easy to click through to everything. Our events log is where you record exactly what you're doing. So there's a survey link. You can submit photos. So anytime you have an event, you would just go to the event log and answer the questions. This way we can really measure our impact at the end of the year. Our event and fundraiser inspiration deck. So this is continuing to be built out. I would love for you to throw an event or fundraiser that can be added to this. So everything we do is really focused on either community events or fundraisers. And then this deck gives you ideas. So whether it's a career day, how do you host a career day at a local school? Come right here, gives you all the information, tips and considerations, resources, links. We even have media release forms if you need that. Everything you need to do a career day at a school. Bring your child to work day. Here's exactly how you run a bring your child to work day, a holiday party, a Girl Scout patch program. We have a Girl Scout patch. So this is how you run that program. All of the information is right here on the Ambassador Resource Drive. And then different ideas, thinking creatively, a pop-up event or fundraiser. And then other specific fundraisers. You could do a birthday fundraiser. This is exactly how you do it and exactly what you would need. A gathering for good event. The opportunities are really endless, and the more creative, the better. But we want you to have this foundation of things that you can do exactly how we have them outlined, but you also have flexibility if you want to be creative. Then we have sample scripts. This is important because we never want you to feel like you don't know what to talk about. This is something that just gives you that little extra confidence, some guidance, introduce yourself, introduce the foundation, go through your agenda. Here's a script where you can talk about your role as an ambassador, kind of giving you an outline. We want to make sure that all of our programs are consistent and that everyone is getting a great experience working with the She Built Foundation. So that's where this really comes in as something that is valuable to you as an ambassador. So we spend a lot of time putting this together to make sure that you feel great being out there representing the She Built Foundation. Then our activity guides. We have all of these activities that you can do with your events. So if you go into a school, for example, you would just click on whatever this activity is. It gives you all of the information you need in order to run that activity successfully. So it's an overview, the age range, estimated time, materials, the instructions, pictures. So all of these different activities, what the script is, we have these pre-done for you, and you can look at all of these, and we will continue to add to our activities. So let me just show you one more. They all follow the same format. These are really loved by educators, and again, we're going to continue to build those out. Media release form. So this is something that you get the parents or guardian to sign. Most classrooms, the teacher can sign it because the kids have already signed a media release at the start of the year. Then we have linked activities. These are printables that can go with any of the activities. And then we have a book request form. So as an ambassador, you're able to request books for your events, and you're able to get those books at costs. They're between $3 and $5 per book. Most of our ambassadors find a partner to work with to potentially sponsor the books, or they fundraise to raise the money for the books so that they can be donated for free. The biggest thing is we want these resources to be available for free to make the careers in building and construction accessible to all. So going back to our table of contents. Here we go. So I just went through events and resources, and now the last folder, which is brand and content resources. I'm going to click right in here, show you all of what is available. So in here, you have your logo assets. So if you want to, post on social media that you're an ambassador, any kind of, you can add it to your email signature. You have access to the logo to use as an ambassador. We have a slide deck about the She-Built Foundation in general. That's something that can be useful. And then we have a brand guide. So this kind of shows you how we represent the She-Built Foundation. So this is, our vision, our mission, our theory of change, the logo, how we like to show it, our color palette, typography, then, some examples of photography that we use, and graphics that we use to represent the foundation. So we want to make sure that you have access to all of those brand assets so that you can be a very successful She-Built ambassador. Here you can see the deck. This is a more general deck about the foundation. You have access to everything. So we're so excited to have you as a She-Built ambassador. I know it's a lot of information, but you have all the time in the world to look at this on your own. I don't want to take you through it all in depth. You go and explore, reach out with any questions, and I hope you enjoyed learning about our program. And more than anything, I hope you're ready to go and want to sign up and become an ambassador and get out there in your local community and start sharing the She-Built Foundation mission and vision and theory of change with your local community. Thank you and have a great day.